Okay, we should be going live and make sure that's off because. Alright, welcome back everybody to some trails in the Reverie. Make sure everything's good on my end before we start. Let's see. Just make sure everything's good on my end, you know. Alright, so we are entering Act 4 of the game, which is the last act before the final chapter. So things are closing up quickly. Let's take a look. We have all this we did. So we've been doing this for a little bit. Now, according to the guide, it's apparently best to go Reen, Rufus, Lloyd in Act 4s. So we'll be checking back in with Reen. And so yeah, let's just jump into it, shall we? Oh, Spirit Shrine. This never ends well.
Shrine, then?
That's right. We came here during the Civil War 2 years ago, too.
Crimson Roselia.
The disturbance in the spirit veins has made it manifest once more. It's how we were able to swoop in and save the day.
It does seem like we'll be able to use parallel teleportation to go to Crossbell from here.
I see. Then we would request your aid, so we can finally bring this madness to an end.
Then it shall be given.
Sounds like the rest of our number have reached the other shrines. We're good to go at any time.
Who else are we bringing?
Thinking about it, this will be the first time both Class 7s have come together since
everyone.
Prince Olivert's wedding. Yeah. Not the most festive of circumstances, but it sounds like we'll be needing all the help we can get. Ever since the Supreme Leader made his move, this land has been engulfed in chaos. The people of Zemuria aren't going to know peace until he's well and truly deposed. So let's go to Crossbell, where we'll end this once and for all.
Fuck yeah. And from I understand that's what the final chapter takes place. It's all in Crossbell.
Oh, wayfarers, shadowlings from realms fantastic. Deliver us to the land of Terra Illusions.
And off we go. The previous day. Took over half a day for the Republican army to get the situation at the base under control and come to Nord's aid. They claim they have no idea why their tanks and airships started acting on their own. They're also clearly finding it hard to believe that all the weapons slated to destroy could have just disappeared. We owe you our deepest thanks for helping us avoid a worst case scenario here. I'll admit, I never thought the day would come where I should feel gratitude towards the Ashen Chevalier. I'm just glad they were able to prevent a third party from igniting the flames of war all over again. A third party indeed. God damn it, dogs. Alright, so apparently there's some people in front of my door. I'm guessing they're, you know, we're talking about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ type people, so I'm staying in here. I ain't talking to them. Alright, so a third party indeed. Hopefully they don't knock again. Understood. The unit will be here shortly, it seems. Anticipated it will take several days to remove all the weapons from the Highlands, and it should prove doable. Until that is complete, our army shall not interfere with one another in this region. Is this acceptable to you? Yes. Do what we can to make our short discussions between our governments go smoothly. I certainly hope you succeed. Yeah, but one of my dogs are in here and the other one's watching the people out there. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they just fuck off and realize I'm not coming to the door. I'm glad we convinced them to give us the benefit of the doubt. They clearly suspect Ebonian involvement, but can't dismiss the idea is that this is really United Nations at work either. Especially since they must know as well that we do that physically moving as many weapons in such a short time wouldn't be easy. Imagine they were still having trouble believing His Highness the Prince was abducted too. Alright. Hang on. Today's the day NFL training camp starts, so I'm going to bring up tabs so I can look and see what happens. Right. I'm not surprised. I'm still having a hard time processing what happened when we were directly involved. And if you hear snoring, my dog just laid on the floor and is already going to sleep. So, yeah. The sudden appearance of that white divine knight turned the situation in the Highlands on its head. In the end, it disappeared before anything could be ascertained about its origin or objectives. During the chaos, the devices in the watchtower and on the giant statue as well as robotic areas vanished without a trace. This left us without so much as a single clue to work with. The Gregers 2 and the Macabre were also heavily damaged. Fortunately, there were no injuries among the crew on both ships, but it was clear neither would fly again anytime soon. Furthermore, we saw no idea what the Sonorous Seashell was, and the result remained unable to use the Round of 7. The United Nations also continued to block our communications, preventing us from learning the situation there. Fortunately, that left us in the dark as the whereabouts of the condition of Elisa, Machias, and Toa. The situation might have calmed, but we still haven't truly resolved anything. Your assistance would be a boon to us. Not that I intend to sit on my hands either. I'll be thinking of a way forward. I will see that they reach the capital safely. I'll be counting on you to do what you can on your end. Got room for a +1? I was dreading him to explain my way through the checkpoint. There was still a lot we needed to do in order to quell the chaos, but it was clear that staying out of the body was not an option. We knew what we needed to all come together and play our next move as soon as possible. Layla, you just laid down. How are you already asleep? I swear, she can sleep anywhere. You don't need to all stare at me like I'm going to faint any moment. I'm fine now, honestly. The words "I'm fine" carry a little weight coming from you. I couldn't agree more. We take our eyes off you for just a little while and look what happens. Hey, Laura and Fie are here too, and Ash. I really think that you're blowing what happened out of proportion. We worry because we care, Rain. I'm really grateful that you saved my lives, my family. I really am. We want to know what happened to you. So if you know, please tell us. Seeing your hair and one of your eyes change color like that reminded me of half a year ago. Made me think of how you looked when the curse almost taken you over. Sorry, I didn't really want to worry you, but I swear there's nothing wrong with me. I can't sense any of that curse hanging over me now. We were able to confirm from Aaron that the Great Trolley was completely over, so it should be impossible for what happened to the ring to be connected to it in any way, but... I like to believe that too, but what happened seems to be suggesting otherwise. The changes in your appearance are not only an unusual part of what happened either. You were able to summon the Panzer Soldat from far away, were you not? Yeah, how'd you even do that? It was one of the new ones from the branch campus hangar, right? Yeah, from the new generation developed by Makarov. They still haven't been formally deployed, but they're stronger than the current generation that's in use. The Tear Fang app was specifically developed for Rain and tuned to him. That does not explain what happened. Right, it's not meant to be able to teleport or cut railway shells in half. You don't really expect that kind of power from Divine Knights. I think the whole thing was BS if it wasn't coming from you. But speaking of Knights, what's it about something that looked like one showing up? We were all wondering the same thing. Hopefully we'll know more when Rosalie and the others finish their investigation.
Ah, I see everyone is assembled already.
Thank God, voice acting.
Have you managed to learn anything?
I most certainly did, but it was not easy.
Damn it! That was quick. I have a question for you, kiddo. Did you feel anything unusual other than the changes to your body when you saw that white contraption? Now that you mention it... What is it, instructor? Don't you dare try to keep any more secrets from us. I'm not going to, I'm just having trouble explaining what I felt in words. The second I saw it, all kinds of images and emotions came flooding into my head. All at once. I can't remember what specific images and emotions they were, though. Really? I believe it's some kind of resonance phenomenon. You and that 8th Divine Knight resonate with one another. Wait, Divine Knight? You were convinced that it truly stands among their number, then? What do you mean when you say resonated? Now that you mention it, that thing did seem interested in Rain somehow. It appeared immediately after Rain used that strange power, too. Wait a second, none of this is making any sense. Yes, you know as well as I do that it can't be a genuine Divine Knight. Calm down, know very well what you're saying. I know there are supposed to be 7 Divine Knights, and that they have all vanished from this dimension. But the mana flowing throughout it and the marks of luck in spirit veins leave no room for doubt. I can hardly afford to ignore that coming from the Elder of the Kin of Fire. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Fortunately, I haven't a clue what caused the resonance to happen. Perhaps it's simply because you are a former Awakener. Perhaps the cause lies elsewhere. But either way, the new Divine Knight will likely be our biggest clue yet in telling what we are facing. Since existence is even more of an impossibility than the advanced technology we've seen and the changes in Rain's body. I'm still having trouble processing all this, if I'm honest. But I think I at least see what we need to be doing. You know, better than just to do something than sit around worrying about it. We need to find the answers we seek and then bring all this to an end. That's all there is to it. But Grandmother, what brings you to Norda in the first place? We are fortunate that you are here, but I imagine your presence is no coincidence. Oh, I haven't explained yet, have I? I've been investigating something related to this case for a while now with a couple of helpers. I'll call them here now.
Celine, can you and Zeit come here for a moment?
If you insist.
Why are you in your cat girl form, Celine?
So much for that saucer of milk I was savoring.
There'll be others. Still, I didn't know you were here in Nord.
Again, why are you in cat girl form?
And in human form.
No, cat girl form, Elliot. Get it right.
Only because it's part of my training. I'm not in this form by choice.
I would have thought she'd be used to it by now, but it seems not.
I believe this is our first time speaking like this, children of Erebonia.
Zeit! I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You must be the SSS's Divine Wolf. He really can talk, huh?
Thank you again for coming to our aid yesterday.
There goes the dog.
We would have been in real trouble without you.
The SSS told us about you. How you're a holy beast charged with watching over a Septarian the way Rosalia was.
That was once my duty, but I've since been relieved of it. Still, this continent is my home, as much as it is yours. Thus, I have kept vigil over the land since the Great Twilight, particularly for distortions in the spirit veins.
So the impression that those distortions had disappeared after the Twilight Mad's end. They did for a while, but some time ago they returned once more. The reaction with sense was strong enough to be called a singularity, but we weren't able to piece anything else together. We have combining our efforts to find out more ever since. Then yesterday he finally decided to step into the spotlight for us. In other words, the singularity you're talking about is that Divine Knight. Indeed, we hurried to the scene and saw even we were shocked what we saw. Unfortunately, we aren't entirely sure where it is now. After your encounter, it appeared itself in the direction of Crossbell. All roads lead to Crossbell, it seems. Distortion first appeared in Crossbell 2. Testimony from the 23rd Armored Division indicated advanced warships and aeroguns were sent there too. That was also where the Supreme Leaders first appeared to sow the seeds of new war. I'm sure Lloyd and the others are doing their best over there, but they shouldn't need to face this alone. Yeah, I'm sure Lisa, Demakis, and Toa would appreciate our help too. If we want to find out the truth and bring all this to an end, I think we're going to go there ourselves. Count us in too. We can't turn a blind eye to this either. All our work related to the coup d'etat and abduction are now finished. Yep, now we can fully dedicate ourselves to this. We should finally be able to gather in one place. Guess I can tag along. Thanks everyone, I don't know what I'd do without you. This begs the question of how we're going to get a Crossbell though. True, the Yemen Defense Force has a whole border fortified. We won't be able to rely on Macabre the Courageous 2 for a while either. But given the current situation, we may have another option. Indeed. With the Spirit Vein stimulated, we should be able to open a Spirit Path. I think that is our best option, though it won't be easy with the method to travel all the way to Crossbell. Give me a second. Sorry, I just had to get comfortable. Indeed, the veins aren't as active as they were during the Great Twilight, and there are rather a lot of us. I think it will work if we teleport from different spirit shrines across the land. It'll take some groundwork to pull off, but I can help out with that. Sounds like we have a plan. Really are fortunate to have you all. We have preparations of our own to make, so how does departing tomorrow afternoon suit everyone?